I've been around the community for a long time, long enough to see firsthand the effects of blind faith in the more popular pony YouTubers. Will the community treat the cause? Or just the symptoms?
Often, people bully as a result of frustration, anxiety, or the need to be the top dog and get all of the attention.
Bullshit!
Pulling others down takes less effort than building people up. People who bully and harass are frustrated because they don't know how to channel their energy into something constructive, or they don't understand or educate themselves on different cultures, religions, etc. So when they see someone who is equipped with the tools to create, has had the success they crave, or have something that is different about them in general, might it be their nationality, sexuality, gender, whatever it may be, they tear them down with bullying and harassment.
It is April 2nd, and I am back, baby.
So, it might not look at it first, but today is going to be really big by the time we're done. So, let's set the table. This is Mad Munchkin. She reviews Disney, MLP, and other forms of media. Feel free to pause the video and go check out her channel, or her DeviantArt, to make yourself comfortably familiar. It's not entirely necessary, but some people like to dig deeper. This is from Mad Munchkin's video, blathering about bullies.
This is a subject I really don't want to talk about, if I'm honest. It's something I shouldn't have to talk about either. We've all been victims of bullying at some point in our lives, and I guess we've all at one point or another been the bully without actually realising it. Our words and actions have more effect on the world than we will ever realise. I've screwed up countless times with the way I talk to others. I can be stuck up, elitist, obnoxious, and needlessly sarcastic.
Now, that's well enough. Taking from your own personal experiences is a great technique. I learned this from Digibro's old pony videos back in the day. The problem here, Maddie, is it doesn't draw from any one specific experience. It comes off as nebulous, vague, devoid of the ability for the audience to empathize or identify because it's more of an abstract lesson in humility. When Toon did analysis, I gave him feedback on this very nature. About how it relates on a personal level. I've seen that somewhere before.
Diver, but telling her that it was an unwise and unadvised choice of passion. That's because I don't really consider this a career choice that I would advise other people to go down, even though I love doing it myself. Whenever people ask me something about making money off of YouTube videos, the first thing I tell them about is all of the reasons YouTube is a shitty employer and why YouTube popularity is both difficult to gain and fickle to hold on to. That's not to say that I discourage becoming a YouTube videographer, but I also don't want to glamorize it. If you talk to people who try to get into the creative arts, you'll hear countless stories of disillusion.
And as justified as I am, or anyone else is, for picking apart this piece analytically, I think you guys want a little bit more than that this week.
In actuality, my words can and have caused damage, and I apologise for that. In the context of YouTube, many YouTubers are looked up to and placed on a pedestal to the point that people forget that they are human and will make mistakes.
I'm gonna sum up some of Maddie's points that words can and will cause damage. You're a critique, Maddie. Yours is a deconstructive art. By definition, what you do is a destructive talent. Not necessarily with every word, but it's certainly a healthy part of what many of us do. I think if you're afraid to pull that trigger, you're doing yourself a disservice and your craft. I'm going to get to that part after this next clip.
Oh, I have seen YouTube being used as a platform for bullying and harassment instead of what it is meant to be, or at least what it is to me.
Okay, there are many reasonable, well thought out answers on what YouTube is meant to be. We'd be here all day debating original intent, what Google wants now, arguably arguing business to a medium that hemorrhages billions of dollars yearly, and that was well before the sponsors decided to desert in droves. YouTube is supposed to be successful. It is, at the end of the day, a business. Mad Munchkin's biggest success from 2 months ago was her video, Mad Munchkin Breaks the Silence. It covers Y2K Toon Critic, aka Zach Keys. This isn't my opinion, there are numbers behind this. And to find a video that beats that video's view count, which is 51,000 views, you'd have to go all the way back to 11 months ago, where Mad Munchkin's video is Why I Still Hate Alicorn OCs. And critique, Maddie. Your most viewed videos, Why I Hate Alicorn OCs, has 1 million views. Your biggest success has nothing in common with any of the things that you felt YouTube should be about.
A platform for individuals to express themselves through vlogging, artwork, video games, filmmaking, animation, music, acting, creativity.
If I'm factually incorrect at all, please tell me.
It saddens me that people often use it for publicizing wrongdoings or injustice, forever running on a hamster wheel, saying the same thing over and over again about certain people or situations or societies without actually doing something about it. Now, don't get me wrong, free speech is something we are all entitled to, and we have every right to vent when we are wronged, and it is the best platform to use to raise awareness of certain issues in our societies. However, I find that YouTube has turned into a tank of piranhas. Instead of building each other up and helping one another with our mistakes, or helping victims of mistakes heal, giving constructive critiques to better ourselves, or helping each other improve our content in a more practical way, we are eating each other alive.
Take this into consideration. How many people, in lieu of the Toon Critic fiasco, did you build up, Maddie? I've sat down and talked to Massacre Molly, Kelly Mink, and Mimkage, just to name a few. Okay, let's be entirely fair. That was a pretty big situation. It took a lot of people entirely by surprise. Some people were more ready than others. We'll get to those people in a moment. Here's the problem, Molly. There have been 2 more people since the Toon Critic fiasco that have straight up confessed to abusing children online. There is no debate. This gentleman over here is known as Dusky Novel. He has a child, Maddie. He has, from what I've seen, a baby. I want you to think about that. I'm going to show you a magic trick here, Maddie. I need you and everyone else, from Dr. Wolf to Silver Quill to Lily Pete, so forth and so on. Do you know what it took to get a confession out of Dusky Novel? Contrary to popular belief, it's not because I'm a master manipulator or a licensed professional. It's not because I have a certain particular set of skills. I begged, Maddie. I begged you motherfuckers videos ago. I begged Dr. Wolf and Silver Quill to nut up and take responsibility and assist in matters like these. I'll give Josh a pass just because he has been talking to the FBI, but at the end of the day, no matter how many upvotes this video gets, no matter how many reshares this video gets, you have a bigger platform than I. You have the ability to reach and help more people than I do. Your video on Toon Critic, aka Zach Keys, has 51,000 views. Hell, that outperforms the video that started all this on Vida's channel that exposed Toon Critic in the first place. Your platform beat that by 15,000. You doing this wouldn't have to replace your regular content. Nothing in your last 15 videos has broke 10k views. That's with a channel with over 77,000 subscribers. I understand a lot of things can be seen as pointless drama, and you know what? I kind of miss pointless drama. But protecting the well-being of children in the community, I'd like to know what the downside is. Ashley H, Magpie, Lost Narrator, Webcake, Secret Dreamer, a lot of people from the voice acting part of the fandom all managed to come forward and speak up about Performance Major. Webcake, Lost Narrator, Magpie have kept in touch with me, off and on, about Dusky Novel, who erotic roleplayed with an 11-year-old. I want to drive that point home, Maddie, so I'm going to read off some previously unreleased, very disturbing messages left around by a man who pops off and on again YouTube, Twitter, DeviantArt, who has links to his Skype chat and Discord when he makes himself readily available for the public. You know what, before I read that off, I want to show you something that made me want to give up. I remember Performance Major's video, Alicorns Are Immortal. Let's play a clip from that right here.
Hello, everypony. Performance Major here. It is April 2nd, and I am back, baby. And I think this is a new beginning for myself. Now, I know that there's been some rumors going around, and honestly, I could care less at this point.
this was a punch in the stomach. I saw this video and I PM'd Vida Pony and I said, what the fuck are we doing? What's the point? None of these assholes are ever going to get arrested. No one's ever really going away. Nobody really gives a shit. That day, some of the people from the VA community, and I won't say which ones, they wanted to remain anonymous, gave me this. Gave me the tools to address this. But we're going to continue on with the video first. I'm not coming down on everyone who's been supportive or at least been willing to listen, but I need to hammer this home. This line, it's something that stuck with me from a Midnight Chimes video.
I hate to quote Vida of all people on this, but you do need to hold your friends to high standards in these situations.
There's one more point I'd like to borrow from Vida Pony's video.
Right path to ensure the safety and well-being of the community, but he was merely a symptom. And because of that, I am left wondering, will the community treat the cause, or just the symptoms?
I'm still waiting, and I do respect the people who have quietly behind the scenes given me the help that they can, but the community really does respect authority and the people in position to do so. And fine, if you don't want to talk to me, that's fine, then don't. Go talk to the Lost Narrator, go talk to Magpie, go talk to Webcake or Secret Dreamer. Help make the community a little safer, or at the very least, tell me why not. Tell someone why not. It's really hard when you have situations with taped confessions from legit child abusers. And now we're going to read that off.
Cuddles. Forts, I am a child. Sometimes I'm funny. I make a killer hot chocolate. Random butt touches. Video games. Pants are optional in my presence. Always ready to make out. Always. Inappropriate jokes. I'm too ugly to cheat on. Surprise kisses. I won't like anyone else. I hate everyone.
This is running around talking to children in the community. This guy is running around talking to children in the community as we speak. I don't care if his channel is down, it'll be back up again. I can safely say that even with all the retarded, misguided crap that comes out of Lily Pete's mouth, he, she, it, I don't give a fuck. It's doing miles better than everyone else who did nothing, or did the bare minimal so they could go back to business as usual. And on that note, aside to Vida and Midnight Chimes, if you two are done playing grab ass on Twitter, I could use a fucking hand. Look, I'm tired of being serious too. I'm dying to go back to bitching about trivial shit. And again, big thanks for everyone who's done whatever they have so far. I know it's been quite sizable. I've tried to share everything I got as fast as I can, and I can't help but feel there's better targets for you two than each other. And call me a stupid bastard. I'm going to include a Google Doc to some of the previous unreleased messages from Performance Major. I got 2 more of these from 2 other people in the fandom. I got a lot to go through. Oh boy. I got a lot of editing to do. If Silverquill, Mad Munchkin, KP, Dr. Wolf can tell me down below why this is a bad thing, I'd like to really know. Fuck if you hate me. Wouldn't covering this crap mean that less people go to my channel and go to yours instead? Who would you rather have warn your kids about being safe? Me or Silverquill? Me or Mad Munchkin? Me or Dr. Wolf? Oh, okay, I'm sure you probably do feel I'm safer than Dr. Wolf. Have you seen how that guy walks around? It's pretty disturbing. It's got this kind of Slender Man movement. You know, I'm getting way off topic. You know what? I'm honestly trying to be a bit more civil this time. I want to put this into perspective. For anyone who thought Buttons is someone really petty, when the Toon Critic information broke, she got on the right page with everyone else. I managed to tell her that at the time that the fandom needed to be cleaned up, and in that moment, Vida was necessary. Now, we could argue back and forth that was on my direction or hers. Knock yourself out. 2 months later, not a lot has changed in the fandom. In closing, I'm not a role model, but it sure would be nice if some of the figureheads stepped up a skosh, or at least didn't condemn what some of us shitlords in the fandom are doing. Oh, and KP, we are gonna dance next time. I might have a Google Doc for Dusky by that time, but I have some editing to go through. But like I said, I'm swapped. I'm drowning in this crap.
The real point of this video is that Performance Major is back in the building and better than ever.
If you are making content just to drive people apart or stop them from doing what they love, then not only are you a bully, but you are also petty. Often, people bully as a result of frustration, anxiety, or the need to be the top dog and get all of the attention. Pulling others down takes less effort than building people up.
You know what, Maddie? I might not do it anymore, but I don't recall you ever having a channel dedicated to celebrating one part of the fandom. Why don't you go build up Performance Major a Dusky novel? Or do what you're already doing, ignore the problem. Thank you, fuck you, bye.
Or have something that is different about them in general, might it be their nationality, sexuality, gender, whatever it may be.
I roleplay with just about anyone who's willing. And sometimes, if the minor's mature enough, I'll roleplay with them too.